If you're searching for peace amongst the greenery, welcome to Gab Loves Plants Sydney. So if we have a look, you can see that the balcony has a very ugly air conditioning unit there, which I intend to cover up. My bird of paradise has been destroyed by the sun a little bit, but also by the wind. The wind is very fierce up here. Those are a whole bunch of water bottles that I have ready with, they've got sea salt in them and a little bit of GT Foliage Focus fertilizer. I have some of my little plants under here, and they are protected from the sun, which is great. And then I have all my other plants, which were all much taller and which I have cut down. So these are some of the ones that I want to protect as much as I can. I think eventually they will become a little bit more familiar with the sun and not be quite so damaged and burnt, but at the moment they are getting quite damaged and burnt. I have two little chairs here, and I've bought a carpet that matches this carpet here, an outdoor rug, and it's bigger and it's going to go underneath all of this, so it will make it like a room. This is my cat's kitty litter box, which I created from an IKEA box. And there's the kitty litter in there, so Tommy can just go in through this little hole, do his business. It's all hidden from view. I am going to be covering it with a wood look contact paper. So it is going to look like this when it's done. Hang on. So it's going to look like that. So it will look like a wooden box rather than a ugly plastic box. And that will also protect it. And I tend to do all the sides of it because that roll is big enough for that. Then I have, this is some of the rest of the balcony. So these troughs I brought from the other house, and I've planted them up, but I will also be putting some trellis behind these and doing the same trick with the vines. But you can see just from this, you can see that there is a little bit of shade just because of the trellis as it is there compared to on these things. And of course, when things go through glass, it heats up even more. So that will be fixed as well. And then if we come around here, I can show you the other trellises. Now this is my great big monstera, and you can see that it has been burnt and windswept to buggery, unfortunately. And there's not much I can do about it, except hope that it will grow and become happier, and the new release will be a bit tougher because they have been grown in the sun. My frangipani is loving life here, even with the wind and everything. Originally the wind broke off a stem there, which I'm trying to propagate now, but you can see this is actually growing. This loves the sun, obviously, and it's growing very well. And then if we come across here, this is the messy bit at the moment, and these are the frames that I'm going to put up behind the chairs, and they will look very pretty. So I've got 6 of them to go behind the chairs. Just let me see if I can move this out a little bit and show you what it will look like. So this will look like that, and you can see it's quite tall. It's 1.8 meters tall, and I've got 6 of them going across, so they'll go across where that wall is and provide a little bit of shade there. Down there, those are some of the plants that I'm propagating for sale, and all of this mess will be put away when everything else is put away. I actually have a storage cage in this apartment, which is fantastic, and the balcony actually wraps around there as well. I might walk you down there actually, but this is what's left of my little passion fruit vine, and it's growing quite nicely. It likes the sun, obviously, so that's good. But there you can see the sun is beating down on that area. So it would be very nice to have the lattices up there. I'd have to buy 3 more lattices for this of the square set lattices, which will fit along here. And then the 6 that I bought with the crisscross will go over there. But just let me take you through to the other side. So we have birds who come and they actually make a mess. They make a mess by pooping, and they also make a mess by taking the bark out of the plants. But that's okay. They're allowed to have a bit of a play as long as they don't destroy things too much. So these are the plants. Now these get a lot of morning sun. Have a look. Look at this. The sun is doing incredible things, and they are adjusting. The wind is probably going to be making hideous noises, but they are adjusting to being in sun, which is great. If we look through here, there's all kinds of different things. And that's mint there. That's not for sale, that's for me eating. But yeah, there's a Siltepecana in there. I've got philodendrons and monsteras and all sorts of different plants, which are growing. I thought I would just leave them and see how they come around here. This is the next part of the balcony. And here I am growing some herbs, which will grow very well. That's an eggplant. You can see the birds eat. Getting some flowers. My gosh, it has had a nibble there. I'm going to have to see what's a caterpillar to get rid of it. But I've got lemongrass, parsley, and I've got some strawberries there. You can see the wind blowing the plants around, and probably you can hear the wind through this microphone terribly. But I have some raspberries growing here, and more raspberries. And the devil's ivy is going brilliantly here. It's liking this area, and it's liking the morning sun. Morning sun is great. This is my little oxalis. This was a gift from when I repotted my oxalis, my bigger oxalis. I took some of the soil, and obviously a little bit of a corm fell off, and when I put more soil into here, it came in here as well. I've got basil growing. I've been picking the basil, and hopefully that will just continue to grow. That, I think, is a gardenia that I planted in here. I've got some little Tradescantia tricolors popping up around the place, and that's tarragon. And the first time ever I seem to be able to grow tarragon, which is great. That is is it a zucchini or a chip? Not sure. Something. I'll find out what it is when it comes to it. This is my tomato plant, which I'm just letting go wild in here, and it can just go to wherever it wants to. I'm not going to put it up a trellis, so I'm just going to let it go and see what happens if we just let it trail on the ground. But it's growing nice and happily. It too gets the dry winds really take their toll, because these are self-watering pots, so there's water in the bottom of these pots, but still the wind dries it out quite a lot. So I am watering basically daily. My rosemary's growing quite well over there though. And then if we move along here, okay, this is a mess, and all of this have to be put away, but this is sort of going to be my potting state, etc. Needs to be organized and tidied, which I will do. This is my ZZ plant, which again is liking it out here. This was only up to about here when I moved in, but look at the thickness of that stem, and it's growing another stem, and it's got another one coming up there too. And it's been, you can see it's been bleached by the sun, but it's growing quite vigorously, so I'm not too unhappy about that. My snake plants, on the other hand, my sansevierias, some of them are falling over and some of them are staying stiff, and once they fall over, they don't really come back to standing up straight. So we'll have to see what happens there. And then this is Fiddly Pig that I moved in from Mum's place, and I chopped it off. I cut the tops off it to see what would happen, and it has started to grow not only at the top, but it's sprouted some little leaves at the sides as well. So, and at the bottom, look at this. Look at that. It's almost like a lush bush or something growing there. So happy with that and the way it's growing. Anyway, let me move you back around and we can have a look and see what I'm going to do over here. So this is apartment heaven around here, as you can see. And because of that, there's not a lot of privacy. So that's the window into my bedroom. And obviously I have the blind down when I'm in the bedroom, going through clothes at the moment, which is why there are clothing racks out there. As I said, I moved everything when I moved. So on to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring these over one at a time. And they are going to go up along here, along the back. I just got a splinter. Ouch. I'm going to have to fix that. All right. Have to come back. I'm going to have to fix that. I've got a splinter in my although something will probably pop up in its place. Some things are doing okay. This philodendron seems to be going quite well. I think that's just the philodendron green Congo, but it's quite liking this. My regal shield is not doing too badly. And my cuprea, which just died at the beginning and it's not completely dormant, then put out this leaf, which looks like it has a bit of mealybug, or it might just be dirt on it. Because it went completely dormant, put out that leaf. There's another leaf here, which is new and soft, and that's very pretty. And I've got another leaf coming up here too, I think. So I'm just going to keep this more in the shade as much as I can. It can be shaded by some of the taller plants. And it will hopefully grow quite nicely for me. So some things are doing okay. The Cebu Blue used to be much taller. I cut it down. And it will grow along. But I'm going to go fix the splinter in my finger now, and I will come back to this when I am ready.